What is up, everyone? We are back with another live trading day. Let me show you guys my account. We are up 3% on the day today, around $300 from where we were kind of last at. And yeah, on the week, we are up. This thing loads. This thing hurry ups and loads. We should be up around 8%, right? Yeah, about 7% on the week right now. And we go to the month. The month we are up 16% now. So a little bit above where we were at before. I think it was like 15% the other day. But yeah, now we're up 16%. Let me go to TradingView so you guys can see what I'm looking at today. Overall, just like what's going on and all of that too. Just live trading for you guys. So if you guys have been looking at the markets, you know I've been inside this gold trade for quite some time. My stop loss is literally this red line right here. I've kind of like trailed my stop now because we are really high up, I'm not gonna lie. And I think that we will go up to $4,000 per ounce. But like when the market looks like this, right? One piece of news can literally change this whole entire market and make us pump down and then go back higher. Now, I do think gold will continue to go higher until we reach like 5,000 per ounce, and I'm going to continue to be bullish on it just because of a lot of economic factors, including, the dollar getting weaker just overall, the amount of debt the US has, the amount of debt we owe other countries, all of that. But it's like, okay, this move right here out of this breakout that we had, like it would take something major for us to like even crash back down. But it's like we've just been in this move for a long time. So I've been in both of these trades. This was a trade I placed at first in September, and then this was the trade that I placed like half a week ago. And then yeah. Also, I've been looking at some other. I should have got inside of Nasdaq yesterday for this swing, but honestly, I just was not paying attention. I think I already had all my risk inside of gold, so for some reason I did not want to put more risk on. I kind of wish I kind of got stopped out on gold, so I could have got inside this trade. I think another reason is just because of like how high up we are. But this was honestly like a really good setup on Nasdaq. If you guys could kind of probably see how I trade now, it's just simple. So I call it supply and demand. But I also utilize like fair value gaps on the higher time frame. So this is the 4-hour time frame. We had a pullback into this fair value gap. This would have been the entry. As you guys see, the trade was already marked up. Like I had my risk to reward box and everything, but I just did not get inside of it, which is okay. Right now I'd be up around a 1-for-1. I risk 3% on every single trade now, so that would be like a 3% trade. So yeah. But I do think Nasdaq does have a lot of room to grow because of how good tech has been. We are high up though, I'll say that. And people are like, oh, we're in a recession. We shouldn't be this optimistic about the markets and everything, and we're going to start falling down and, all this other stuff. We might start falling down. Like, of course, right? We might get some news and then, the market's just like, okay, let's tank again. But are we going to tank, dramatically, right? We need clear news for there to be like a huge, like some bad news has to come out for us to really fall down, So because of that, I'm bullish on the Nasdaq. It would be dumb to be bearish on a market that's been this bullish, right? We are in some of the best price action in history, right? I'm not gonna lie. Like in terms of Nasdaq momentum, like this is some of the best like bullishness. If you zoom out and go to the weekly, and if you look about how this market has been over the past couple of years since COVID or since 2022, it's been a very bullish market, even with the pullback earlier this year. Look how we rebounded so quickly, and we're almost at the end of the year, and we had a full correction. Like, that's, that shows signs of a really strong market. So yeah. Let me go back to gold. Nasdaq is another one. I'm also looking at ES as well to see if anything does come up there. We'll see. I marked off like a demand right here, down here. If we do get a pullback, that'll be really nice. A really nice entry to get inside. What else? The dollar actually has been rebounding, and I'm actually kind of surprised. That's why a little bit I'm off. I'm not off gold, but like I don't think this would have to take more news for us to really break out of this range. It is a possibility though, if we do start getting better unemployment news, that we start to break out. I think rate cuts are still on the table, but we'll see. We'll see honestly, because the dollar has been a beat up market this year, and there's only so much you can beat up a market before it starts to rebound, at least a little bit. So we'll see with that. And then the last market that I really pay attention to is NG. This is natural gas. With natural gas, I'm kind of just waiting for structure to actually change. We've kind of been inside of this range. I would like some clearer price action like we had over here. And yeah. In terms of the stock market, let me pull out my stocks that I pay attention to every single week. So one stock I have, pretty decent money in is Open. Open has been doing a bunch of nothing. We got, like I said, we need more fire inside of it. Not that OPAD 2. BBAI though, I think like if we start moving, higher BBAI, we have Nasdaq still leading the charge here. We can see a lot of bullish momentum, which is good. I was looking at Nvidia. Today it looks like we are falling though in the pre-market, but I was looking for us to tap into, there was like a level of demand right here kinda. But if we do have a deeper retracement to, let's say like right here, that'll be a very good trade to, swing higher. So we'll see. I'm looking at Nvidia. What are some other names, honestly? I have not entered some options trades in a little bit, so Hood is another one that, people kind of been hating on Robinhood. They're like, oh, it's just moving. They're overvalued. It might be overvalued, but like, it's moving. It's moving. Another one is Palantir. Palantir actually has a very good setup right here. We tapped into this level of kind of like demand. If we get a break higher and a close, that's a good trade. Next is Sound. This is a company that I personally trade. Not too many people know about it. It's another AI company. If you guys haven't realized, I really like trading like AI, tech companies. Roblox isn't doing too good. See SMCI. SMCI actually looks kind of good actually, because we're getting the rebound from where we fell all the way down in August because of that report. I remember that. And yeah, what other stocks? This WDC. Oh my god, this isn't in like, bruh. If you see this risk to reward box, I was inside of this trade, stopped me out, and then had this amazing run, and I'm just like here, like dang, this is crazy momentum. This is actually crazy momentum. But if we get some sort of pullback, that would be like really nice. That'd be a really nice trade to get into. RGTI. What else? QUBTS. These are both quantum companies as well. I believe in these companies. These companies as well, if they have decent breakout, they're also pretty decent to get into. If they have a good pullback and then we see a breakout. This was actually a really good trade right here on RGTI. This was good. This is a good one right here. So, yeah. But those are just like my swing trade ideas. We have futures, we have a couple stocks. I'm actually gonna pull some of these up to the front so that I can remember these stocks. Now if I trade futures or options, it kind of just depends like my, because like I could do both. I could do one or two. Sometimes I focus on singular markets if I'm really feeling a certain market. Like you guys have seen me talk about gold for like the past, I don't even know how long. It's been like a month now. That's because gold was just like, okay, gold is super bullish. Let me just focus on gold for a minute, and let me take some money out this market. That's kind of how I like to think about it, though. It's like when you see a market that's like, bro, this market is so bullish. It's like what this guy, his name is Lance Brystein. He's a trader at S&B Capital. He talks about what's it called? One-sided markets, right? Where like you look at a market and you try to find a market that's like one-sided in the sense where like the price action is just going crazy. It's overly bullish. It's overly like one-sided, and that's kind of like what I look for a lot of the times when I'm trying to swing futures or swing options. I want to see a stock that's like moving very well. Another company is Rishtech Robotics, actually. Rishtech Robotics. This is an example right here of what I'm talking about. A stock that's moving very like momentum. Momentum is on the side of this market. So I'm gonna keep this stock. I forgot to go over this stock. It's on my red list. But yeah. But anyways, yeah. That's all basically for this video. We are seeing that pullback in gold that I was talking about. So let's see how far we pull back. And let's see if I come back tomorrow and say that I got stopped out. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing trading week. And I'll see you guys later. If you want to work with me one-on-one, link is inside the description. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.